And next on our list here is our offset tool. Anyone who's used AutoCAD in the past or any sort of CAD program is well aware of the offset tool. Equally is useful here in Revit. So with offset, we don't pick the objects first. We always pick the tool first. So we say offset. We always look at our options bar whenever we do any of our options, any of our tools here, we always check our options bar. So the first thing is, do we want to use a graphical offset? This gets grayed out, or a numerical. Do we want to copy or do we want to delete the original? So if you take this off, the original gets deleted. If you do this, the original sticks around. Okay. And do you want to offset a specific distance? Kind of makes a copy of it parallel to it. Or do you want to pick the points graphically? So most times we'll use numerically. So I can go in here and I can say, okay, I want to offset by 5. And I don't have to say feet. I can just leave it. I can just type in a 5 and move in here, and it'll fill in the blanks for me. As I move, to get in here, and you'll see when you do an offset, it's going to show you a blue line. If you go to the other side of the wall, you'll see that blue line flip back and forth. So once you're ready, you pick. And it basically offsets it center to center. And if there's windows or doors, you'll notice it takes it with it. So again, I can continue offsetting, and I can go to over here and I can offset here. I can zoom out. So once I have that offset distance set, I can work my way around, creating more walls as I go. I'll have to do a little cleanup when I'm done here using my trim tool. Okay. So I can go around and work around, offset all those, and then I'd have to go through here with my trim tool and trim these guys up. Make it nice and clean. Okay. This guy I don't need. I would hit escape, click on here, delete. Now if I wanted to move all these walls, hover, tab, click them, hover, tab, control click, and now shift, nudge, nudge, nudge. And because this desk is said to move with nearby objects, click out. I've now moved all those over. So offsetting, pick your tool, set your distance, and then pick whichever side. You can also use it if you're sketching or drawing stairs or anything where you can have line work. If I go in again in this floor and hit edit boundary, I can say offset, and I can offset a distance of 2 feet. And then I can hover over here, and you can also hover tab. Sometimes, hover tab. When you want to pick more than one, you have to pick in the space first and make sure you're in here after you type in your number, and then hover, tab, click, and you can do them all at once with that offset tool. Okay, and then finish. Now I've got a hole in my floor. Okay, watch how I can do this. Offset. I'm going to set a distance. I'll go 2'6", 2 space 6. And now watch. I'm going to pick in here to make sure this is my window. That's critical. Now as I hover over this, I can go tab, and it'll pick all of those. Pick. Boom. Okay, very nice. Escape, escape. It's going to make exact copies of that. The trick is when you do the offset and you set this number to say, 3 feet. Okay, when you go in here, when you hover over it and you go tab, I'm tabbing right now and it's not doing it. And what it's doing is it's still stuck up there. Tab, tab, tab. See what it's doing? It's still stuck on the options bar as I'm doing tabbing. Now that I've picked inside of here to make this my window, now when I do my tab, and I've got a conflict over here too, tab, click, okay, it still did it. So you can hover and tab and click and do a big offset all at once, and that can come in handy with sketching, with walls. Okay, doing offsetting in elevational views is a bit tricky if you're just using walls. If you're sketching and stuff and maybe doing an in-place family or something, it will work. But if you try to offset, an object in elevation, you'll find most times when you do an offset, you're going to get the kind of the stop sign. Nothing in here is really offsetable. There is objects you can use the offset with, but not with anything in this particular view with that. Mostly used in sketch mode and in plan view. So back over to here and offset. Now, if we want to do a graphical offset, what happens is we do this. This gets grayed out. Okay, still leaving the copy tool on, which retains the original. And now I can read my options bar and it says select a wall or line to offset. So I'm going to say, okay, pick this. And then it's going to say click to enter offset start point. So I can pick anywhere I want. I can pick over here and I can go like this, click, and it'll offset. So basically it makes a copy a certain distance away. So I can't say as I don't even remember the last time I used that because I would rather just copy it, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. Mainly I use this. So graphical, you pick the points when you do the offset. If you take the copy off and then you do the offset, it erases the original, which is basically just a move. But offset is going to be parallel rather than a move, which would go in any direction you want. So the offset tool copies or moves selected elements such as a line or a wall or a beam. Good idea. Okay. Certain distance perpendicular to the length of it. So anyone who's done AutoCAD or any other CAD package in the past is well aware of the offset tool. Same thing as if you were to go in and build a custom set of stairs by hand and you wanted to use the boundary and riser tool and you were to draw your boundaries manually and then you wanted to draw your risers in, that's when you would probably go in and escape, use an offset, and then give your distance inside of here and start offsetting these. And it's adding them in, but I'm not sure what's going on with that set of stairs. I'm just going to delete that and hit exit. Quit. Yes. And I just realized as I'm doing my offsetting that I took my copy option off. I never take that off. I can't believe I just did that. Let's try that again. We'll do our boundary. Oh, undo that. I don't want to do that. I want to do a boundary. Escape, and another boundary. And then I do my riser. And then I do my offset and I set my distance, but I forgot to put my copy button on, and you can see it's counting down the risers here. So this would be a time where you would probably go in and depending if you're using a beam system, it's good for structural stuff too. So you could eventually work your way through here. It's counting down 3, 2, 1, 0, and then do my trim. So I forgot to put my copy option back on there. There's my stairs using the offset tool. Finish that up. Go to my 3D view. Shift middle mouse button. Oh, I've got my view locked. Let's, no. Shift middle mouse button, and there's my stairway. So using the offset tool is a good way to lay out your treads and risers in your stairs. Numerical, and don't forget to turn your copy option on.